looking at another short piece today. This is Petite Prelude by Ludwig Schytte, and we are looking at chord shapes, but in a totally different way from the other piece by this composer. These are all broken chords. This is a flowing, lovely sound, and I like this piece a lot because I like the pieces that bridge the gap from beginner music to more advanced music, and I think this is one of them. If you're looking for a piece that you could use for a wedding, a church service, I think this kind of gets you in that direction. You could repeat it, you could make it longer. It's got some basic ideas that I really think are useful. So let's talk about this today. We're in the key of A minor, but the composer moves us out of that minor sound a few times. We're getting a few major chords, and it doesn't sound very depressing, in my opinion. It's flowing, it's medium volume. We are using a lot of pedal. We'll get to that in a minute. But first I want to talk about broken chords, how to approach this. I want to be sure that you're looking at these chords as chords and not as individual notes. I think sometimes people start too slowly and they're kind of going, and isolating note from note. Can you look at these in groups of 3, even play them blocked, identify the chord, or at least identify, the sound and the placement. Second measure, third measure, fourth measure. That step is so worth it. Being able to hear, in a nutshell, and then translating that to this. Do you hear it? That's the approach to take, rather than one note at a time and then, kind of pulling it along. I think the other way around. So looking at the bigger picture, looking at the blocked chords, listening to those, and then opening it up to broken chords. So start there. There's what I would call a hidden melody in this. The top note, it's not really pointed out on the music, but when you hear this, follow the top note and you'll hear this melody that goes. Do you hear the top note kind of creating a line? Use that to set your tempo, to set your feel for the piece, to feel the phrase. You might even just want to think through. Next part. Find that line so that you're not losing us. Here's what I hear from beginners, okay? I'll be a beginner for a minute. Okay, I'm doing everything right. I've got the notes, I've got the meter, I've got the rhythm, I'm even pedaling really well. Is it very beautiful? No. And so that's where I'm trying to help you find these clues. Bring out the top note, hear the full chord, one thing, not 6 things, okay? That's the difference. It's something that's not on the music, but it's something that the pros would be doing. So let's keep going with that. Okay, so you're doing 2 things that are really important here. You're listening really well, and you're controlling your technique in a way that you are able to predict what your fingers are going to do. Okay, that's sort of, I guess, the distinction with beginners. We're hoping for the best. As long as you hit the right notes, great, you got it. As you get past that point and you're bridging into this more advanced style of playing or more advanced technique, being able to tell your fingers what to do and then they actually do it, that's awesome. I hope you can get there. Now, as we go through this piece, the second half is really similar. It's actually almost an exact repetition. Marked quieter. Again, here I might use the soft pedal just to cut some of that volume away, but I'm still going to do the same thing. Hearing the chords, hearing the melody, pedaling. Take some time at the end. Here's something that I've seen with this actual piece, as far as pedaling, I should mention. The pedal change happens on the downbeat of each measure, and the mistake is that your left hand might be holding the notes too long. And here's what happens. It's hard for me to do that, but you can see my left hand is not releasing soon enough, so that when I pedal, for the new chord, I have these overlapping notes from the previous chord. Can you be careful about that? From measure to measure, let this go, okay? Check on that with any piece that's written like this, with broken chords. You don't want to be lazy about that, because then it's totally mud. If you're not sure where the chords are, go back to blocking them, pedal those, and then try to transfer that into the broken chord playing. This is just a beautiful piece. I hope you enjoy working on it.